Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, Madam President, of club officers, guests, a very warm good afternoon to you all, and welcome to our 40th Old is Gold meeting. I joined this club. I was suggested this club to join a year back. I am a Toastmaster since 2004. That's 20 years. But last year, someone offered to me to join this club. And I thought the reason is because it is advanced club. Then I discovered they have something called Old is Gold. And it hit me. They wanted me because I am the old part, not the advanced part. Yeah, it's so interesting that this club stands between two extremes, advanced and old. Always we need someone in the middle to connect the two. And tonight this evening, we have a number of esteemed and experienced, not to use old, Toastmasters who will entertain us and reward us with some awards. Let's start first with our president of the club, Madam Toastmaster Widad Hijazi. Please welcome Toastmaster Widad.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your nice introduction. And you are most than welcomed in that club, though you are old, but you are advanced at the same time. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and our guest. Well, our oldest goal today is number 40, and 40 is the age of wisdom. I believe it's the age where we stand, we have a look at ourselves, and most people say that at the age of 40, I wake up in the morning, look at the mirror and say, who's that person in the mirror? What's my future? What I have done before? Lots of questions about the past and how to become, to face the future. So we are here in this meeting, Old is Gold 40, number 40, we gather only to refine our public speaking skills, but this is what we think about. But to explore more than that, it's more profoundly significant. Topic for our Old is Gold today is unlock your full potential. What's in it for you? As we embark on this journey together, I urge you to reflect on what unlocking your full potential. Each one of us has his own potentials, but what's the key for these potentials? How we can unlock these potentials truly means it's just about becoming, we think in Toastmasters that we are becoming a better speaker or more effective leader. These two aspects that are mainly highlighted in Toastmasters, but it's about more than that, it's embarking our growth, embracing our growth and development and journey of life. During our Toastmaster journey, we unlock these potentials. We talk about the power of self-discovery, places where we discover ourselves and our potentials, and we possess these unique talents, experiences, and perspectives that we share together. The wisdom we got in life, we share it together, sometimes in a serious way, sometimes in a profound way. It's always profound where emotions are there, and sometimes in a humorous way. These distinctions in life that we have the skills for life that we have, these invaluable skills that we gain through our life. We have this networking and networking with each other, with the community, with everyone. We have the embracing the feedback we get from our evaluation, and it's not evaluation, it's actually more of a feedback in a very positive, encouraging, and empowering way. It leads to the improvement of public speaking, but not only that, it's improvement to go within ourselves and to understand ourselves. And in general, these all together make our personal growth in Toastmasters. Not to talk long, to conclude, I encourage each one of you to seize the opportunity that Toastmaster offers for us, embrace the challenges, and welcome the feedback. Today, our meeting, Old is Gold, is about special meeting, and it will be led by a special person that I am proud to introduce him. Our master of ceremony for today is none other than an educator and entrepreneur, a certified parliamentarian by National Association of Parliamentarians, served as the district director for the largest district in the world, till date for 7 countries in the Middle East, including nearly 367 clubs and 88 areas. I wonder how he could do that. He wouldn't do that without the wisdom he has. He couldn't do that. He wouldn't be successful without the insight he has. In the current District 20 structure, he served as the first Toastmaster and Bahraini to be the international director and regional advisor. I think now you can guess who this elite person in Bat Club is. He's none other than our distinguished Toastmaster, DTM Ali Shahbaz Ali. Let's all welcome him. The floor is yours, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you very much, Madam President, Toastmaster Vidat. As Toastmaster Vidat gave you a little bit glimpse about what is OIG, I once again welcome everybody, all Toastmasters and guests, to our Old is Gold series number 40. Yes, we have crossed all that milestone, and it couldn't be possible without the Club XCOM, club members, and you as guests, some very regular who join us for most of the OIGs. Now, fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is going to be a very exciteful OIG, I would say, where we will learn so much about awards. But before I go there, may I request all the guests to feel free to introduce themselves in the chat box, please. Feel like home and connect with us, and we love networking from members in Bahrain and across the world. You can also leave your email, your number for our club XCOM member, VP membership, or myself as Vice President Education to give you a call, follow up with you for future meetings. How did we come up with this theme where we unlock our potentials? To give you a background, there are several districts across the world, more than 100 districts across the world. And what are districts for our new members? They have a lot of clubs within them. Some districts have 90 clubs, some have 100, some 200. And every district across the world comes up with different awards mechanism. So these awards are to encourage members to have a goal during 1 year term and then achieve those awards. And the beauty is some awards are very much related to self-transformation also. Sometimes we ask that question, what's there for me and why should I even bother to go for this award? But what we have in store is so much to transform. And the open secret is these awards are for us, the members. It helps us to transform. Yes, it's that small moment on the stage where we receive these awards. But for that small moment, we don't realize the fun is in the journey. We transform while we are in the journey. So today we are going to have 3 awards analysts with us, our 3 presenters, who are going to talk about these awards which are given by the district. And what are these awards? These are the awards given by the public relations manager of the district, awards given by the club growth director of the district, and then finally awards given by program quality director of district. Of course, this doesn't cover all districts in the world. We are going to talk about District 20 district awards. So you might feel that these awards are a little different because every district has their own culture and they come up with the awards which fits them well geographically, cultural wise, or otherwise which are in demand in the district. So let's get started. I'll be calling upon our first awards analyst for today. He's been president of many clubs many times. He's been ExCom member. Other than president, he played ExCom roles in many clubs many times. He is also the past district officer himself of District 20. From area director all the way to district director, his journey is well known, well appreciated by everybody around. He is a past district director and immediate past club president of our club, which is Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club. I welcome him to talk about the Public Relations Managers Awards category in District 20. He is none other than Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdallah.
Thank you so much, DTM Ali, past international director, for the lovely introduction. He passed yesterday a message in the chat and he said, how you want me to introduce you? And I said, you just use your imagination. So I think he used your imagination very wisely. Yes, DTM Thuraya.
Yeah, I just wanted to inform you about the timing. So we'll have a 20 minutes for
Sure.
all the speakers. You will have a 20 minutes. So at 18, I will switch the green, and at 19, I will switch the yellow, and 20, of course, it will be red. And I look forward to enjoy the workshop. All the best. Manage your time wisely as well. Oops, sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DTM Thuraya. So I think for me, I would have 1 more minute because that took 1 minute from my time. No, I'm just joking. When it comes to awards, as what DTM Ali said, I was blessed, honestly, to be there as an area director and division director. I was PR for Division K at that time, and DTM Thuraya also was the Division K director at that time. So I was CGD, PQD, and DD. And I've been, last year as well was a crazy journey of mine where I was visiting many of the districts, in fact, almost all of the districts around the world. So I've been exposed to what we do and what others are doing across the globe. And I have my own moments of truth when I first met or interacted with the Districts Award. Being a club member, being the Vice President of Public Relations, myself, that was my first officer role, getting 3 district award at that time, and not knowing even what was that all about, but I just knew that this is something no one else did it in the club, and I just wanted to do the same. When I became the club growth director, at that time, the district director, Mohammed Salim, asked me a very nice question when I came to do my own awards as club growth director. When we put any type of awards, we always need to think, what are we basically encouraging behind the award itself? And this is something that I took and learned the hard way. I did not get it from the first moment that I designed my awards, but as I grew in district leadership, I honestly learned a lot that I'll just pass in a very quick, in a nutshell, what could we do to enhance the awards in general. So I was blessed to take the most difficult, I would say, or maybe not, awards of all, which is the PRM award. And thanks to our own member, PRM DTM Sarah Ibrahim, for helping me a lot in understanding all of these awards. When I was the district director again, the focus was mostly on PQD awards and CGD awards, because that's mostly where members would be focusing on. So it was really a good thing for me to dig deeper into the PRM award itself. Even when I was a district director, as guilty as it sounds, maybe I was not having the chance to analyze the awards the way that I did during this session. So let's dive into the PRM award. And as you can see, our PRM, if you haven't seen the handbook she created, it was really an amazing handbook. I would encourage all of you to just read through the PDF that she shared. But why do we have awards for PRM? And her purpose is to recognize excellence in public relations effort at both individuals and club level, and this is what we are focusing on today. Encourage creative, impactful PR initiative that boost club visibility and member engagement while adhering to Toastmasters International brand. So that's basically the purpose and the objectives of having the award itself. I remember at the beginning of the term when I was interacting with Sister Sarah at that time, she did not want to have an award, a list of awards at all. So my first question for her when I was assigned this role, how come you got that many awards? What's the logic? And when she explained to me the logic behind the award, it made very much sense. And I'll take you through that in a while. So the topic of discussions, although I don't think I have enough time to cover all of this. So I'll focus mainly on the awards itself. Key performance indicators, something very, very much unique about District 20. That is, I would want to highlight for a while, and then I'll go to the categories. I don't think I'll have time to cover the frequency. Frequency is fine, but definitely not the criteria, nomination, and our recognition and impact on members and clubs. But we'll see how far we can go. And as I said, something very unique about District 20, and this is for the first time. I come from change management background, and part of my background as well is to evaluate channels and evaluate the effectiveness on how we reach to our audience. In my case, employees, but in this case would be members. And I was super impressed by how our PRM came up with KPIs to measure her performance, or to measure the performance of the district public relation in general. The first one is social media engagement. So whatever type of awards that we would be launching, we need to measure the effectiveness of the awards or the progress in general that we make. And these are just lists of proposals that any club VPPR or any even PR around the world wishes to focus on should have such KPIs to focus on. So how many, for example, followers that we used to have, how many likes is being done per post? That is something we need to really be mindful of as PR. Then comes website traffic. So this is very important KPI, and I'll come back to it later on a few suggestions on my analysis on the PR awards. Website traffic. So are we really having website traffic? What kind of website traffic that we are having? Can we quantify the website traffic that we have? Then comes the media coverage. Gone those days when before COVID, we used to have more of the same. I remember we had even some people going there visiting as well, the media, and having press releases, having some panel even moderation and so on. I don't see this happening more often within newspapers and so on. So this is something really important. We need to come back to it and have more media coverage. Event promotion. And that's where the link happens. So it's not just about PR, but are we basically encouraging our members to attend district events? Then growth. One part of it, of course, is training and events, but then growth and retention. Are we focusing on growth and retention? Internal communication, how effective our internal communication is. And internal communication could be newsletter, but also there's open and click-through rates. So yes, we can measure what happens outside the club, but are we measuring what happens internally? How many members are basically visiting our social media or website and share or clicks on any of the news that we have? Brand awareness. And this is something very unique about District 20. If you visit other districts, you would understand that we have different look and different seriousness when it comes to branding guidelines and follow branding guidelines. So this is one KPI that our PRM did. Collaboration and partnership, which is very critical, very crucial. Are we having some interactions with corporates outside? Are we creating some partners when it comes to our PR? And this is not just serving the club's members PR, but also serving as marketing initiative. Then comes surveys and feedback. There is also measure on surveys and feedback. And there is also measure on training, number of participants, rate, and training sessions. So these are 10 KPIs that our PRM is tracking throughout the term, not just through her awards, but also through other interactions that she is also proposing. Let's dig deeper right now into the membership level award. I'm going to them quickly because there are many of them. Visual Virtuoso. This award focuses on recognizing the most virtually appealing flyer. As simple as that. There is lots of criteria. There are lots of criteria behind this award, but this is as simple as that. It's just encouraging members to design posters. And that's why when it comes to membership awards, the VPPR of the clubs are not included. We will come to the VPPR later on. Meme Maven. I like the names even. So even the names of the awards are really creative. Do we have memes? I've seen few clubs that are focusing on memes. I know that we tried it in our club. I still remember how Rashid Maymoon, for example, used to create some memes with, and at that time, Vision Advanced Toastmasters Club. And maybe we need to focus on that. These are some engaging flyers that and show humorously what we do in Toastmasters to outsiders. So that could attract as well more guests into our meetings. Then come Ink Slinger Awards, the most engaging blog content. I don't know how many clubs or how many members manages blogs in our district, but it's really something that we can focus on to enhance and zoom in. Spotlight Star, compelling member spotlight. And we've been doing this in the past in Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, and many other clubs as well are doing it. Are we focusing on members, on our members and their achievements? And who do we have in our club? Why do we have members in Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club? And these are flyers focusing on such recognition of members. Collab Magic. If you remember the KPI that we had, strong partnership with external entities. So that award is focusing on that and encouraging strong collaboration with external organizations. Then comes PR Game Changer Award, the most innovative and effective public relations strategy. Some might say, can a strategy be done by a member other than the Vice President of Public Relations? Food for thought. But that's what our PRM is focusing on, to bring more members who are capable of executing strategies to ensure that we have pipeline of PR or Vice President of Public Relations, or let's say PR leadership pool. Light, camera, action. That was one of the themes of one of the meetings I had. But the focus in here is the best video award. So do we have members who are creating videos? Now we have reels, and especially the Gen Zs get this more than myself and some of those who are opening their cameras right now. So the best video award, the best PR video award. This is something that our PRM is encouraging. Then comes the PR Powerhouse, exceptional in leadership. And this is very strategic award, in my opinion, focuses on members who are in the subcommittee of club, area, division, you name it. And this is something that is really important for us to focus on. Stunt Genius. Are we creating PR stunt? And this is also one thing that our PRM is focusing. Then, by the name of it, the Champion of the Year. Just like the Toastmaster of the Year or Division Director or Area Director, our PRM is creating also PR Champion of the Year to recognize the effort of such PR champions in our district. We have different frequency on rewarding such awards that we have. So the Visual Virtuoso, Meme Maven, Ink Slinger, and Spotlight Stars happening monthly. Then we have some of them happening quarterly, semi-annual, and then of course the annual is the elite, most elite award toward the end of the term. And I'll come that later on to my analysis toward the end of it on this segment itself. I will not go through the judging criteria because otherwise 20 minutes would not be enough for me to cover everything. But my only comment on this, there is extensive effort to make sure that whoever is going to be qualified to qualify for such awards are basically linked to the KPI that our PRM is also having in mind. So there's lots of thinking happening behind the judging criteria and how the people are awarded. And even the judges, there's also a segment for the judges, but I will not have time to cover that. Even the judges' choice. I think there are 30 judges behind the scene. So the PRM is not the one who is qualifying the awards. There are an army of judges behind the scene who is supporting her in such quest. Now let's come to the club level awards. And for those who are following, you will see some similar trends in membership awards and in club level awards. The focus here mostly on club recognition and also Vice President of Public Relations. I've seen some of the comments in some of the groups why VPPRs are basically excluded from membership level awards. It's because of that. The Vice President of Public Relations is representing a club. So that's why it makes more sense to recognize the Vice President of Public Relations part of this category. So Flair, the best flyer award on a club level. Meme, Maestro is the same thing, but then for a club level event. Newsflash, similar ones, engaging newsletter on a club level. Cinematic excellence. I like the cinematic names of the awards themselves as well. So you can differentiate between the membership level award and the club level award in here. But if you notice as well, the criteria is just similar from here to the members level award. WebWiz, updated website, making sure that the website of the club is also updated, and that this is something very critical. And it goes under the shoulder of the Vice President of Public Relations, but not just that. The president of any club is the voice of many. Okay, I'll not go through this route, otherwise it will take us into the parliamentary procedures, and we don't want to go there. Event Echo, Event Echo, the promotion of a club event. PR, Power Play, the most effective public relation campaign. So it's not just a promotion of an event, it's a campaign that we want to focus on as a club here. And then media spotlight, media coverage, be it print, broadcasts, and over 6 months. So look at the period in here. It's definitely different from members level award. Then comes to Rising Star, most significant improvement in its PR effort over 6 months. And this is very encouraging. Then the club VPPR Dynamo. So there comes for the comments of those who were commenting, why aren't we having the Vice President of Public Relations to the other category? Because we are promoting and recognizing the public relation in here. Then comes to the frequency of the awards, similar fashion. I will not go through this because of time, and even the judging criteria, very extensive judging criteria. All right. Now, if I may just add into my analysis on the awards that we've seen, and amazing award. I've been also looking across into other districts just to evaluate what we do and what other districts are doing, basically, and possibly just to compare ourselves into others. I've seen that most of whatever we are covering is there in other districts, which is really amazing. But there could be some focused on corporate level awards. There could be some focus on language club awards. Now, coming from a corporate, I'm a corporate product. I call myself a corporate product. In corporate, there are different limitations that not normal or community club faces with. In corporate, you have also to abide by the guideline of the corporate itself and not just the club or Toastmasters International. So we could have had some special focus on corporate and of course, language clubs. And this year we are celebrating the 100th year anniversary of Toastmasters International. Now I know you might say it is already under any of the other awards, which is right, but we could have had a bit more focus on the 100th year anniversary. And then in our part of the world, not just in District 20. I don't see focus on presenting ourselves in Toastmasters International magazine. So there could be one award on how we basically put ourselves into the global map and not just District 20. How can we basically inject some awards to encourage our members to be part of there? When it comes to analysis as well, I'm sure analysis has been done and you can't go wrong with whatever our PRM is doing. She really analyzed all of the awards, and I like the KPI as well, part of it. But when it comes to the awards, I was just thinking, have we had maybe an alignment between the program quality director, club growth director, and PRM for all of them to speak the same language? And especially when it comes to the strategy, if you look at the board reports, we have only 4.3% focus on youth. So what could we, something that we put to entice the youth to participate into such PR awards? Because youth, Gen Zs generally think differently than us when it comes to posting on social media and so on. So this could be an area that we can also focus on. Coming to District 20 specific, we are a district with 4 countries. Perhaps we could have just some focus on growing participation from countries that just joined district, aka specifically speaking about Egypt and Iraq. And here we could have just had some focus to encourage them to just have that mindset of aiming for district awards. Then from my searches for the other district, I found 2 interesting awards, which maybe in the future we could have as well focused on. Best Guest Booklet Award. Maybe because I'm old, I've been there in Toastmasters for 10 years, but I really wish to have those booklets that we used to have and that's the collaboration between the Vice President of Public Relations and Vice President of Membership. Do we really have a booklet of guests that we can brag up and say, well, this is how many guests we had? And then non-Toastmasters testimonials. Do we have an awards for non-Toastmasters testimonials? I've seen many in some of the clubs that I have relation with. Some of the guests who visit clubs, they just post into their own social media. I had the honor of visiting XYZ club. I learned XYZ from this club. So is there anything that we can basically focus on such testimonials of non-Toastmasters? Imagine for us as district leaders, or basically members, I'm not right now, I'm just a global citizen right now. So as a member, we want to be seen by the district on any initiative that we have. But imagine a guest who has nothing to do with Toastmasters being recognized by sharing his or her own experience in his or her own social media. And that's basically what we need to focus on. These are a few from my analysis that I had to do, but there is nothing that I can compare honestly with the current PRM awards over the years, with due respect to many of those who've been into the shoes of PRM. It's not basically easy to come up with such thinking, such deep thinking on measuring the performance of all of the communication channels and not just basically one part of it. So kudos to our PRM. And thank you so much for all of the effort that you are doing, DTM, Sister Sarah. This is a home club, right? So I can say this, there is no PRM as such. So thank you so much for being an attentive audience, and I will be receiving all of your questions toward that. Thank you so much, and back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you very much, our presenter for the PRM Awards, DTM Khalid Abdullah. When I was going through the list of awards, I was like, what's in for me now? Which one to choose? It was so confusing. It's like going to a fine dining restaurant and they show you this menu. You really don't know what to choose. And guess what? They have a special offer, 50% discount on every item. It makes it more difficult what to choose now. We still have 2 more District 20 awards to go, which is the Club Growth Director Awards and the Program Quality Director Awards. Once again, I welcome all the guests who are joining us here. I see the numbers growing. Please feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. and it's an honor to have you all. I also once again welcome people from our district office, and we have the District Program Quality Director, DTM Khalid Jalal here. We have our very own member, the District Public Relations Manager, DTM Sara Ibrahim. I believe I saw the admin manager also. Raja is here. Yes, he is. And I welcome all the officials here, once again, members and guests. Moving to the next award, before I call the presenter, let me tell you something about her. When she joined our club, I always thought, who is this very quiet person? But behind that very quiet person, there's a person who observes you from head to toe. Your body language, your expressions. And when you get to talk to her someday, she reveals everything like you are an open book. She reads expressions, facial expressions, gestures, and that was wonderful. I would never have her as my speech evaluator because she would give me 0 points for my delivery, probably. Just kidding. She's our club president. She's a life coach, a great mentor, and loved by many people around her because she carries this very peaceful personality and a wonderful person to talk to about life, about challenges, and she takes everything positively and sees that side of the coin, which you cannot even imagine how positivity can come out from very closed doors, closed areas in your life. To discuss the to analyze and discuss the Club Growth Directors Award from District 20, I call upon our president, the second presenter, Toastmaster Vedat Hijazi.
Thank you.